We're going to move on, Kieran, to I think something that our TikTok following like is team of the half season, purely because it garners reaction. Before we talk about it, I talked about Tim Sherwood earlier. I'm gonna read out his team and a half season. Pickford in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Milankovic of Forest, Gahey of Palace, Kirkes of Bournemouth, Kulusevski, Palmer, Cunha in midfield. Jeez, you'd get through that quite easily. Bowen, Saka, and Isak up front.
That's terrible.
What the hell is he smoking?
I think that's terrible.
It's a really bad one. Hopefully, we can do a better one.
I have some of those players down in mind.
Yeah, I mean, I do as well, but I don't think. And I love Saka and I love Palmer, Bowen. They're great players, but they're not in my team, for example. Do you want to start us off, Kieran?
Yeah, I'll start with the goalkeeper and back four. So in my team of the half season this year, I've gone for Pickford in goal. I think he's been terrific for Everton. I think, he's part of the reason that they're getting so many points is how good he's been. Right back, I've gone for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think there's no doubt in saying he's improved. Liverpool. I think the fact he can just ping a pass and set Salah free, for example, I think that's a big advantage. And also, his defensively, he's improved under Slot. There's no denying that. As much as I would like to criticise him, I can't deny he's been very good for Liverpool, and there's not been any better. I would say Ola Aina maybe deserves a shout. He's been good for Forest. Centre back, I've gone for Murillo.
I'm just writing mine out, by the way.
Murillo. He's been terrific for Forest this year, and I do think he's linked with Real Madrid because of how good he's been. Milinkovic as well, also terrific. Doesn't get a spot on this occasion. I've gone for Gabriel of Arsenal. I think his goals from corners is the reason why Arsenal are where they are, and that's not a slight against him. He's just a very big threat in corners. And left back, I've gone for Anthony Robinson. I don't think there's any argument with how good he's been this year.
That's your back four and five, sorry.
That's my
back four and goalkeeper, excuse me.
Yeah.
My back four and goalie is similar, but I don't have any Arsenal players in my team. I've just realised there I don't have any of them. Which is probably going to get a bit. I don't have any City players either. Do you have any City players?
I don't.
No. My back four and goalie starts with the goalkeeper of Nottingham Forest, who I think has been amazing this season, really. Matt Sells, 32, Belgian. I don't think they would be in the position they are without him, for example.
Yeah.
I've gone at right back, I've gone for Ola Aina, because I think you were talking about Trent, and I do think Trent has improved astronomically in midfield. I think he's really come in, in defence, he's come into his own. But I also find, and I love Trent, and I think if we lose him, it will have a detrimental effect to an extent. But I think Slot, to a degree, prefers Bradley at right back, just because I think he suits the structure more. But if you take Trent out of the team, you lose so much going forward. So I think there's an interesting dynamic there. But I've gone for Ola Aina. I've gone for Liverpool's two centre halves in Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate. I think the way we've set up this year has really helped them to kind of, become better defenders. I think you only notice how much you miss Konate when he's injured. And we've shipped a lot of goals recently since he's been out of the side, notably against Spurs. And I think Van Dijk, I think he's... we'd be here. I could be here all day talking about him. I don't need to tell you why he's in the team and a half season. The likes of Milankovic, Gabriel's been great as well. But I just think as a two, I think they've been unbelievable. And I think if we do win the league, I think they will have a large proportion that will be down to them. And then at left back, I've gone for the best left back in the league for me, Anthony Robinson. I think Cucurella is the only one that was close. I think Robinson's had a really decent season for Liverpool, but notably he's... I don't like using the word declined, but you can see he's not the player that he once was.
He's not as good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my back five. Sells, Aina, Konate, Van Dijk and Anthony Robinson.
Yeah, only one of you go on there is Robinson. My midfield three, Adam, I've gone for Gravenberch, Liverpool.
Yeah.
I think for Liverpool, they were crying out for a number 6 for so long, and they tried to get Thiago to fill the void. But I just think the way that Slaw has utilised Gravenberch is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's been terrific for Liverpool this year. And there's no doubt he's walking into this team. Caicedo for Chelsea, unbelievable this year. Unbelievable. Finally justifying that price tag, in my opinion. And Kulusevski,
Been great for Spurs. Yeah.
unreal.
Can I just say really quickly on Caicedo, because I'd have had him on my side. I don't. I do have a Chelsea player in there, but not him. The reason why I don't have him in it is because he's played a bit at right back, hasn't he? But like an inverted role.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
And he's been really good there. I'm not saying he hasn't. But I think there's a midfielder at Chelsea who's had a better season. Do you know who I'm going to say?
Enzo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Enzo Fernandez. Just move on to my midfield. I have Gravenberch as well. I don't think there's a lot you can dispute. I think he's probably been the most consistent player in the league this season. But Enzo Fernandez has been great for me, man.
I think Caicedo's unlocked Enzo, though, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
to use Gen Z terminology.
Yeah, maybe you don't get one without the other.
But I think the fact that you're referencing Caicedo being inverted, I think the fact you have Caicedo behind Enzo covering his position when they're in possession, I think that has a role to play as to why Enzo's better going forward this year. And
potentially.
maybe unlocking him to how good he was in the World Cup in that attacking midfield role.
I do agree.
But yeah, I'd agree with Enzo's had a much better season. Caicedo's been consistent across the board. He's improved a bit this year, but Enzo's definitely improved a lot. So I'd agree with putting him in.
So I've gone Gravenberch and Enzo. I've gone for a bit like a slot formation. I've gone Salah on the right, Palmer in the middle, and then Mateus Cooney on the left.
So you don't have a third midfielder?
No, I've kind of gone with Liverpool structured in midfield.
So that's
Gravenberch,
10
Enzo,
players?
Sitting. No, it's 11 players. 5 in midfield. And then a striker.
5 in midfield.
Are you alright?
Yeah, no, sorry, yeah, that was just... so you have Palmer in front.
I've Palmer kind of in the 10 and then Salah and Cooney on either wing. Mo Salah's the best player in the world at the minute, so I think it's hard to leave him out. And Cooney is doing things with Wolves that he probably has not right to be doing. Like he's playing out of his skin. That game against Fulham the other week, a couple of weeks ago. Oh my God! Some of the goals he gets in that game and his general pass and his build up, his position and everything. I'd be amazed if he's still at Wolves in January. Come the end of January, I'd be amazed.
I think he's petulant.
Yeah, probably.
What he's done, what he did to that was it Ipswich assistant.
Yeah,
But that's I don't put him in for that reason. I think it's expected that he gets 10 goals at this point in the season, and he didn't do it last year.
I don't know if it's expected. To be fair, I think it's in the South American nature to be a bit wild though. Like to see João Pedro for Brighton, like nearly elbowing your man, like stuff like that. It's batshit, you know.
I wouldn't put him in for that reason.
He's a great player, man.
I don't like Cunha, to be honest with you. But
He's a great player. He's a great player.
I've gone for Palmer, Salah, and Buemo as my front three.
And then up front,
I think Chris Wood pushes in Buemo for for being that's my front three. I haven't. I don't have anyone up front. It's a false nine, so to say. But I think Buemo has been unbelievable for Brentford this year.
Yeah, Brentford have been great though. Like and I was looking at their team and I was trying to kind of decipher who to put in.
Yeah,
there's been so many good players this year. Like even Bournemouth have been great. You know, I feel kind of somewhat aggrieved to not put the likes of Sabarnier in, and you know they've had a really good season. The other lad at centre half, I can't really pronounce his name. He's only young, Huysen.
Yeah.
Dean Huysen. He's from Spain. He sounds like he's from Norway or something. He's been great.
Lacroix for Palace.
Caught a vibe. Him.
Yeah.
John Duran. Could he be in with you?
No.
Morgan Rogers.
Almost, but not enough good games. Palmer, Adam, I think started brightly, but I think he's been snussed out a little bit. He still gets in the team. Snussed out, yeah. He's had too much snuss.
Yeah, too much nicotine. Kieran got me a box of snuss for Christmas, by the way.
Yeah.
To which I described to him, that'd be like buying someone a packet of cigarettes. Whatever.
I want them gone as soon
happy
as
Christmas,
possible.
Anzi, there's a box of snuss for you. A word on Chris Wood, sorry, really quickly. I think he's on 12 goals, 13 goals this season.
Yeah.
Scored against Everton yesterday. I think this forward side is fascinating. And I think he's a big part of it.
Bit of a throwback, isn't it? Like, the kind of very strong defensively.
Like, I've 3
Pragmatic.
Forest players in this team. 3 Forest players, 2 Chelsea, 4 Liverpool is supposed to be expected. A Wolves player and a Fulham player. You wouldn't have thought that at the start of the season. Do you know? I just think so. Like, I think you said about Cooney, he should be scoring these goals. I think Cooney's played on another planet this year. I think he's been really good.
He's been good, but I just don't like the petulance. That'd be my reasons for not putting him out. But we named the
1 to 10.
1 to
11, excuse me. Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
I'll go first. I'll say Pickford in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold right back, back two centre backs of Murillo, Gabriel, Anthony Robinson, left back, Gravenberg, Caicedo, Kulusevski in the midfield 3, and I've gone for Palmer just in front of them with Salah and Mbeumo running in behind.
Yeah.
And that's my team of the half season.
My team in the half season is as followed: Matt Sells of Nottingham Forest, Ola Aina, the right back, Virgil van Dijk and Konate, centre halves, Anthony Robinson of the USA, Gravenberch and Enzo in midfield with a 3 behind the striker of Salah, Palmer and Cunha, and then Chris Wood up front to head the goals home. I've enjoyed, it could be because Liverpool are playing really well, but I've enjoyed this season so far.
It's been different because City aren't running away with it.
Yeah.
So I still think there's a few twists in the tail, but I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be that many because I think Liverpool are just too far ahead at this point.
Yeah, maybe.
Sadly.